co-host, please. Whoever is host needs to make me co-host because I can't.
Okay, I think it's
share my screen. I can't do anything.
Please, can you make Molade a co-host? Okay, I think you've just been made co-host, Molade, so you can share your screen. Hello, Molade, can you hear me? Molade, can you hear me? Okay, so I think she left the meeting again because her network is really not it this morning. Let's just pray and hope that the next time that she comes in, her network will be stable. Who else again would like to share what their expectations is while we are waiting for her? And apologies everyone for the delay. Network is something that we all cannot control. We all know this is Nigeria. Who else would like to share their expectations? Okay, Z would like to share. It would be nice when you can come off mute, Z, and share your expectations for the session. It would be like to know your full name. It would be nice to know your full name when you're introducing yourself. So Z, you can come off mute.
Okay. Good morning, everyone, once again. My name is Zainab Adeniji. Okay, so I'm really expectant of what I'll be learning this morning because LinkedIn is like a place I really don't know how to navigate properly. And even like at the moment, I've been trying to lay my hands on free courses that I could do. And I'm still like finding it a bit difficult to get the courses I'd like to do. And majorly, some of them are not free, but like I'm trying to get my hands on the free courses so I can always do that at my leisure time and just get more knowledge and put me up on ahead of my colleagues and ahead of things that I might need to do later to get me a good job. And it has not really been easy organizing my profile because there was a time I did organize my profile. It was a friend that assisted me. And then I was trying to get a job because a friend was putting me through on how to go about using LinkedIn properly. So he suggested I could reach out to people in a particular, make connections with people in a particular firm that I would like to get a job in. So I did that and I was reaching out to some connections there and I was reaching out to some people to get an insight as to how to go about getting a job in the organization, what I need to do and all of that. So I met someone and then the person had to tell me to restructure my profile, which I did. But since then, I don't even know how to go. And unfortunately, I didn't even get the job. So even at now, I don't know how to still organize my profile, how to do some certain things, but every now and then I just try to keep up with the app and then I still get a little bit confused and I'm like, I'm not sure I really get this. So I don't know, it would be nice if there's more clarity as to how to go about organizing your profile, getting free courses. Can everybody still hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, so as to getting free courses that are related to that related to each and everyone's career line, and then how to just keep up, because I realized that you have to still keep up posting and putting up stuff every now and then, so it shows you are actively on that app. So I think that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Z. Please, please, can you remind me what's your name, please? I've kind of lost.
Zainab Adeniji.
Okay. Thank you very much, Zainab, for sharing. And I assure you that you will be able to arrange or know the format in arranging your profile for LinkedIn. Whatever confusion, like we are all here to learn. So whatever questions you have to ask on LinkedIn, there will also be a Q&A that you can ask based on everything that she has shared. So you can just get clarification from that. Okay. Okay, so I think Molade just joined now. Okay, she's joining. She hasn't joined yet. So who else again would like to share their expectations?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Well, I can hear you now.
I hope that it's going to be stable. I don't know what's going on.
So too.
Sorry?
So I say I hope so too.
Okay,
so
can you make me co-host very
yes, okay, so
quickly so we can start?
okay, so Comstin, please, Kingsley, can you make Molade co-host? Okay, you just been added to co-host, so you can take over from here. Molade, can you hear me? She's off again. Our network is having serious network issues.
I should be stable now. I have just changed my connection. But can you make me okay, so that we can get started?
Okay, you're the host now, so okay, you can go ahead to share. Are you able to share?
Sorry, everybody. I should be able to share. Can you hear me? You can hear me correctly? You can hear me clearly?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear? Can everybody hear and see me? Okay.
I can hear and see.
All right. Okay. Hopefully we're there right now. Again, I'm so sorry, everyone. I don't know what's going on this morning. I currently have three internet that I'm using to make this work. So please, I need the engagement in the chat so that I know that you all can hear me. So you need to keep chatting with me. You need to keep, you need to keep telling me that you can hear me. Otherwise, I will not know when I have gotten off again. All right, so good morning. There's no need for introduction. I already introduced me. I'm the CEO here at Wave. I'm going to be talking about something this morning that I'm extremely passionate about. I don't claim to be an expert in this subject, and I think it's very important that I put that out there. But I think I do well enough to be able to speak about using LinkedIn and why LinkedIn is important. I think in my experience, I've realized that LinkedIn is one of those, platforms that people don't utilize as much. It's underutilized and there's so much potential. If I was to ask now, how many people have what's it called? How many people have an Instagram page or a Facebook page, and how many people actively use it? I'm sure the hands will go up. But let me ask you a quick question. How many people here have a LinkedIn profile? So let's start with that. There's 52 of us in the room. If you have a LinkedIn profile, put your hands up. Team, I don't know if you wanted to record this, so don't forget to do so if it isn't. So show hands. Emmanuel has a LinkedIn profile. Great. Who else? I see some 2 raised hands, 3 raised hands, 4 raised hands. Okay, I want us to keep going. I want to see how many people out of the 50-something people in the room have a LinkedIn profile. 8. So the numbers are climbing up. 10. We're 50-something, remember? So I want us to get as close to that number as possible. Okay, I see some more hands. I see some more hands. I see some more hands. Maybe I should have asked the converse. How many people do not have a LinkedIn profile? Okay, so possibly it seems maybe, I don't know, 50% of everybody in the room has a LinkedIn profile, which isn't bad. So everybody put your hands down. Now, let me ask you another question. How many people actively use their LinkedIn profile? So in the last 1 week, if you have gone on your LinkedIn page to do anything, either read something, post something, just browse through, can I see your hands? In the last 1 week, in the last 1 week, Coyote already told you, I do, but I don't use it. I have, Sha. I've opened more hands, a few more hands that are saying, so a little less hands have said they have LinkedIn accounts and they use it. A few more people say, I have a LinkedIn account, but I don't even use it. Okay, great. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to be toggling between sheets. So I'm going to be using my LinkedIn account as as almost the case study, if you like. So there's going to be it's going to be very practical and very hands-on. If you are on your phone or you are on your laptop, which you must be to be on this on this call, I would ask that as we're doing this, open up your LinkedIn profile as well. Open up your LinkedIn profile so that you can update, you can change things as we are speaking. So thank you, everybody. Please put down your hands if you have raised your hands already. And let's get going finally. Along the way. So if you have questions, if you have any comments, please put them in the chat or just come off mute and let's have that conversation. Right. So what is LinkedIn? Very preliminary for anybody who may not know LinkedIn. I'm sure that, it sounds like we have a pretty good audience here. But if I'm asking what is LinkedIn, right? It's the largest business-oriented networking website, and it's geared towards professionals. So all of these social media or it's a social networking, site. But you have other social networking sites, like I've talked about. You have Instagram, you have Facebook, you have Twitter. They all have different, things that they are best at doing. LinkedIn is really geared towards professionals. It's geared towards, helping you improve your visibility as a professional, helping you network and connect with other professionals. And, just generally, it's a profile that every single person should have if you are a professional, whether you run your own business or whether you're starting or whether you work for someone. Everybody should have a LinkedIn profile. And hopefully by the end of today, we will see how there are many gems in LinkedIn that people don't actually use. So there are over 50 million. Some of you may not know that, but there are over 50 million users across 200 countries. LinkedIn is that platform that gives you access to people that you would never, have thought about. You don't need to cross country anymore to meet them. And it gives you the ability to not only showcase yourself, your expertise, but it also gives you ability to find jobs, find connections, get expert recommendations as well. Many benefits, I've already talked about it. You can join groups, you can gain exposure, you can talk about something that you love. I've heard many people who say have gotten a job by LinkedIn. I've heard many people with ability. Somebody reached out to me on LinkedIn because, I was talking about something I was extremely passionate about, and they were looking for someone to represent Nigeria in an international conference. You can also get people to recommend you and people to talk about your skills and your talents based on LinkedIn. You can build your CV. So someone is saying, I don't really know how to build a CV. LinkedIn helps you do that. You can learn through LinkedIn. So there's actually learning platforms. You can learn so many things on LinkedIn as well. There's so many unutilized things that LinkedIn does that, that we don't, that a lot of us don't even tap. There's a great job board. You can put yourself out there, etc. So your LinkedIn profile. This is the introductory section. And just like I said, I will be using Shop tool. So let me go and open it. Can I ask that we keep an eye on the waiting room? It seems like we're not doing a great job at doing that. So where is my LinkedIn profile? Where are you? Where are you? Okay, here we are. So can I see a show of hands? I've got my LinkedIn profile open. I want to make sure that you are following me with this. And let me know when you can see my screen. So like I said, I want this class to be very interactive. So please let me know. Can you see my screen? Thumbs up, I can see your screen. Thumbs up, I can see your screen. Or just say, I can see your screen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all those who are praying and holding the rain and holding the rain and holding the connection. All right. So for those who don't know, I should have maybe gone to the startup. If you don't have a LinkedIn page, it's free to open up a LinkedIn page. So what do? Just go to linkedin.com. Someone from the team just helped me put that link into the chat, linkedin.com. That's all you need to do. It asks you for credentials and you put your credentials on there. That's all that it is. The first thing that you need to do with your LinkedIn is really thinking through your introductory page. So what do I always say to people when you're putting in your name? So LinkedIn is not Instagram or Twitter where you can have a pseudo name. Please don't put, Molly Malls. That's not your name. Remember, it's a professional website. So when you're also setting up for LinkedIn, it would ask you for an email address. If you don't already have an email address that sounds professional, now is your time to open up one. So I don't want to see sexymama@gmail.com. I don't want to see mollyforlife@gmail.com. The easiest thing is to use your name as your @Gmail, @Yahoo, @Hotmail, whatever it is. But the first thing, your introductory page, it's very, very important. Your name needs to be your name. If you are here and you've already opened up one, it would have set up one for you. When you go to your page, do you know how to go to your own page? Every time you log on to LinkedIn, there's always a small icon here that says me. You should be able to see it. Please let me know you can see it. It says me on there. Because if you log on to LinkedIn naturally, it takes you to the home page, which is what I'm doing right now, just so that you can see. It takes you to the home page, and this is what you see. It's a feed. You see, all the people who are following. To be able to do anything to your profile, you can either go to this top left, you will see your name on there, or you can go to this top bar on here that says me with your name. If you haven't put a picture already, you wouldn't have a picture, but it would say me. So when you click on your name, it takes you to your profile. Sorry that it's a bit slow. And because it is your profile and you have logged in to your profile, at the corners, you will see these little things that look like pencils. They're editable. It means that you can edit all of these things. So to start off with your introductory page, this section up here, and why is this section important? When anyone gets onto your LinkedIn page, the first thing they see is here. They see you. your picture. They see your name. This description about you. What do you want people to know about you? They can click on your contact info, like I said. So your email is there. If you make your telephone number public, it's also there. But this first page is what people see. And sometimes this first page is really what gets people interested in you. So it's extremely, please confirm you can still hear me. I'm seeing my internet connection is unstable. Want to be sure I'm still here. Someone come off mute. I want to hear another voice for mine. Someone come off mute. Okay, great.
I can hear you.
Thank you. So this page is extremely, extremely important. What you put on here, what you say about yourself. When you go onto a lot of people's in LinkedIn pages, it's practically empty. There's nothing in there. So what do? I click on this editable thing on here. It looks like a pencil. It means that wherever you see that pencil, it means that I can edit that. And it gives me a page edit. So your name, like I said, your professional name, don't put any nicknames, don't put any pseudonames, your actual name. Now, headline is important. Headline is, what do I want people to know about me? Or how do I describe myself to people? So if I am a creative who is, passionate about young people, what is that one thing that I want people to know about me? Sometimes people would put things like, I am the CEO of blah, 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 blah. The reality is people can see that, further down when they look at your profile. But what you want to put in this headline is, what do I want people to, what am I known for? What am I passionate about? What is it that I think will draw people's attention to me? What is almost look at this headline as your 60-second pitch. So in Nigeria, for those who are joining us in Nigeria, we will say, imagine if you were stuck in a lift with Dangote and you only had, maybe not stuck, you were in a lift with Dangote and you literally had between one floor to introduce yourself. How would you introduce yourself? That's what this headline is. So mine reads, I'm a social entrepreneur focused on youth employment across West Africa. I empower young people. I'm an Acumen Fellow and I'm a perennial fellow. So anything on there that will make people interested. So I'm hoping that by the time I say this, and people say, oh, you're passionate about tackling youth unemployment. Tell me a little bit more about that. You're empowering youth. I'm looking for opportunities and things that are centered around this. This is what is important to me. You might be like, I am an entrepreneur, focused on tackling child abuse and molestation. Whatever it is, I'm a creative who is passionate about taking pictures and telling stories of the untold. Whatever it is, you need to think of a creative way in which you describe yourself. Now, position, it would ask you, what position do you want to show? It will automatically pick your last 3 positions and you can pick one. Which is why I said, if you don't want to put your current job, it will already show on there. You can pick it on there without having to put it in your headline. Your headline is your pitch, is your 60-second, it's even less than 60-second, 10-second pitch that you want people to know. You then get the opportunity to show current company in your intro. You can do that, or you can tick it if you don't. Now, why would I not tick it? There's no reason to. If you're still working there, you should tick it. But if you are currently in between jobs, you don't want to put you may not want to put your current company in your intro as well. And then industry. This industry is a typing field. As soon as you start typing marketing, education, whatever, it comes up as well. Automatically education, it will pick your education that you have put on there, and you can select which one you want to show on the headline if you want. Oops. Location, you can put your location, you can put your city. This is just to help people find you. So I always advise people, if you're looking for work, please put your location so people know where you are. Otherwise, people will not people will not know where you are logging in from. If people want to know whether you are fit for the job or not, they want to see your location. So put your location. Edit. I would come back to this edit profile URL because I think it's important. If you have a personal website or you want to put your company's website, you can also put that there. When you're done, always remember to save. If you don't save anything that you've done, if you just click on the X, if you click on the X, it will actually ask you if you want to save changes. But if you forget to do it, everything you have done is saved. So that is what is important about this intro. Your intro is the first thing that people will see. Your intro is what people are going to be talking about. Your intro is what people are going to say, wow, this person is very, very interesting. I would like to find out a little bit more. Now, the other thing I would like to talk about is your picture. I go on so many people's LinkedIn pages and they don't have a picture. Or even if they have a picture that is not a professionally taken picture. Now, I'm not asking you to go and spend lots of money on a picture, but you can get a professional picture that depicts you. They say that a picture speaks 1,000 words, right? So you want people to see you in a professional light. That means dress how you want to be addressed. So what are you going to wear in that picture? Don't wear clothes that would make people think differently about you. Don't use too much makeup on your face. Don't have hair that is covering you. Don't have a shot that has sunglasses and people can't actually see your face. Don't use a picture that the background is blurred. Can everyone still hear me? I'm not seeing any traction in the chat room. I want to be sure that you are still here with me. Please confirm that you are still here with me, Okay, great. Awesome. Right. So make sure your picture is a professional one. Don't use your phone to take a picture. You know what I tell people, right? There are a couple of investments you need to make in your professional career. One of them is a good quality profile picture. Just find a photographer that will take 1 or 2 pictures that you can use, and you can use them for a while. I advise people to recycle their pictures, I don't know, every 2 years, every 3 years, just so that it's fresh. You know, we all change and it begins to sort of look like you, but important that you have a professional picture. And how do you add photo? If you're doing it from your laptop or from your phone, I already have a photo on here. I can add a photo and it will take me to either use the camera on the laptop, which I don't advise doing because it's never really a good picture. But if you have taken a picture, you can upload it from somewhere that you have saved on your device. And that's just how easy it is to upload. You can add frames. Now, these are things that you can sort of play with. And what are the frames that you can add? This is the original. If you are hiring as an employer, you can change the frame to say, I am hiring. It means that people can see that you are hiring. If you are open to work, you're like, I'm looking for work at the moment, you can actually change the frame and add open to work. So anybody looking at your profile knows that this person is looking for work and is definitely intentionally trying to help you look for work. So these are the 3 frames. Original, just to show yourself. Hiring, just to say, I'm looking to hire someone, and then sort of open to work. So I'm not changing mine. So I'm going to sort of just close that down. Like I said, there's lots and lots of things you can do with LinkedIn. You just need to sort of play around. So that's that. The other part that people don't pay attention to is this back screen here. Usually it just has the standard logo, but I always encourage people to put something on there because, again, remember, you know how people say for interviews, right? First impressions matter. When you walk in, people have your LinkedIn page, this first page here matters. People already have an impression about you from this page. So you don't want to make it too busy, but at the same time, you want to give people enough information about yourself to be interested and want to scroll down. The same way with your first impression, you want to make people interested enough so they can continue the conversation. This first introductory page on here, you want it to be such that people want to continue to scroll down. Again, you can see the pen on here. It means you can edit it. You can add an image. I added a quote to mine. I love this lady called Brené Brown. She talks a lot about leadership. She talks a lot about vulnerability. So if there's anyone in the room who wants to learn a little bit about leadership from an amazing woman, she's called Brené Brown. She talks also about vulnerability in leadership. But I love this quote. It says, courage starts with showing up and letting others be seen. And then what you have on here are my Gallup 5 strengths. I'm an achiever, a learner, I'm high in responsibility, I'm high in discipline, I'm relator. The reality is somebody who knows about Gallup sees this is like, oh, wow, there's another fellow Gallup person here. Other things that you can put on here, if you've just written a book, if you've just launched a new product, you can put a picture of your school if you run a school as an example, picture of your students, picture of whatever it is. You can put a picture there, you can put a quote there, but I always encourage everyone, don't leave that space empty. There should always be something in that space. So make sure that you also engage that space as well. So let's continue. We go on down. This is your sort of first page on LinkedIn. Then there are other things that you can do here. You can add a profile section. If we click on that, you can add things like, if you want to add this to your home screen, I feel like sometimes it makes it look too busy, but there are lots of things that you can add to this section. These are things that are further down in your LinkedIn, but you can potentially add them to this section if you need to. This open to is the same as what I did with the picture. So it will tell you whether you are open to finding a new job or you're open to hiring. So that's another way you can show recruiters. It will put the band on there for you. The more on here, very simple. Few things that you can do here. You can send profile in a message. So you know how people say, send me your LinkedIn profile. You can send it via here. Or you know how you can save it as a PDF, save the entire profile. You can build a resume with this or a CV, and I will show you how to do that very, very shortly. But let's keep going. I'm going to toggle back to my slides very quickly, and then we will come back to the LinkedIn page, if that's okay. Because I also want to make sure that I'm covering all the things that I need to cover. So remember, I said your full name, no nickname, I beg of you. Professional photo, like I already said, how you want to be addressed. The background photo could be a picture or could be, could be a picture or could be a text. I talked about the headline. Now we're going to move on to going further down. Please confirm you can still hear me. I want to make sure that my internet is still stable. I want to see the yeses. Please, I can still hear you. We're still here.
Yes, I can still hear you. I still hear you.
Great. Thank you. So you go down. Don't worry. I'll come back to some of these things. Don't worry that I'm moving things. If you don't use your LinkedIn often, you won't have all these things called features, all these activities, but I would come back to that. Now, this is an about page. Again, anything that has this pencil, you can change. So on my LinkedIn, about is a little bit about you. Some of you might know it as your profile. It's the professional profile that you put out there. So it's a bit more description than the headline. So with mine, it's basically your professional bio. If you click on that little pencil again, or that little pen, it just gives you the opportunity to write your profile here. And can I tell you that every day LinkedIn adds more things. LinkedIn keeps adding more features and more features. It appears now that you can add skills. They suggest based on your profile, but you can add skills onto that as well. So be intentional, be interesting about your profile. Who are you? What do you sort of shout out there that you want people to know? Your experience. If you have already put something on here, you can use the edit. If you want to change something, you can use the edit. If you want to add a new experience, that's where you have this plus sign. So I have put my experience. all the way down, you know, there's quite a few experiences on here. But the top two are, you know, your most recent. It should always be your most recent on the top, and you go all the way down. So it should always be your most recent. Any, like I said, just click on this and you can edit it. And why might you want to edit? Maybe you're no longer there. You want to change the date. You can use the edit button to click on start date. I'm currently working at this role, so it's still ticked. If I wasn't, the end date will be highlighted. If I want to add a new role, I just go to the plus button on here. I can add a position. And what I would encourage everybody to do, people always just think about office jobs when they want to add experience. But here you can add an experience of, if you're a board member, that's an experience, that's a current experience. If you're running a business, that's your current experience. Here is where you add your title. What type of employment is it? Is it contract? So you can see that you can add internship opportunities. So people have had internships that they've never added on here. It allows you to add that. Freelance. So there's some people on here that are freelancing on the side. You know, I'm doing graphics design for people on the side. I am, you know, helping people, you know, write CVs on the side. You have opportunities to put everything on here. It's not just about full-time or part-time. So there's full-time, part-time, self-employment, freelance. Remember, your LinkedIn page is an ability to showcase yourself, to bring out the best in you. So use it and use it well. Company name, if it is a known company that is featured, it will automatically come up when you start typing it. If not, you can just free type where it's located, location type. And location type means it's on-site, hybrid, or remote. Are you physical? Are you hybrid? Are you remote? Start date, if you're not currently working there, like I said, you can put an end date as well, a little bit of description, a little bit of skills. You can also add images. Like I said, if you're running a business, you have a product, this is an opportunity to showcase that product. So you can also do that. So this is what I was saying. When you start typing, if it doesn't see that you have saved, it will ask you, are you sure you want to discard? So you can either discard, I'm going to discard, but if you want to save it, you just click on no thanks. Oh no, I meant to click on discard. I will deal with that later. I don't think it saved anything anyway. So this is your experience. Extremely important that you put in here enough information for people to know about you. Then what do you have next? After your experience, I need to go out of here. After your experience, I believe it moves on to your educational background and qualifications. So bear with me. My internet is a little bit slow. Come on. Okay. Educational background and I clicked on the wrong thing. Any questions? Any questions from anyone so far? Let's leave the internet to continue to do what it's doing. We'll get to where we need to get to eventually. But let me pause and take some questions please either raise your hands or put it in the chat box. I don't see any. That means we're all good. That means we're doing good. No questions. Okay, if no questions, let me also see no questions so I know that we're all still here. Okay, Z is asking me, is it okay to put up your business on LinkedIn? Yes, LinkedIn is a professional way to get contacts. It's a way to showcase yourself. So yes, put up your business on LinkedIn. Why would some companies not take you serious? Is your business not a serious business? Under the same employer. Yes, that is a good point. And I think I have an example with mine. So let me go back to a job that I had while I worked at Health Plus. I had two major roles at Health Plus. The first one was this, and the second one was this. So it's the same within the same organization. I started as one role. I started in one role and I moved to another role. So yes, you don't need to create a new profile for a new role. So let me show you how to do that. If we go to edit, so let's say I was still at Health Plus as an example, and I go to edit. I can add a new title to here, experience, if I want to delete it.
So we can't, for me, I can't get put together all you're saying. Line is breaking.
I think, Miriam, I think it's your connection. Can anyone confirm that it's Miriam's connection, not mine?
Okay, I can hear you, Maladi, and I think her network is breaking a little. I think Miriam's connection is breaking a little bit. I think it's Miriam's network because I can hear you.
Yeah, so I think she was saying that she couldn't hear me, but I think it's her connection. I think it's, yes. Thank you. People can hear me clearly. So yes, Adetola, to your question and to the point you're trying to raise, you can add multiple roles under one. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go back to the next thing. There's a few other things that I want to show us very quickly. Please keep those questions coming. The team, if you help me capture those questions as they're coming as well, that'll be extremely helpful. Sorry, my team know me. I'm a tea drinker. Oh, why is my page responsive? The people that were praying before, did you stop praying? In whatever language you were praying, keep praying. Or my LinkedIn page is telling me the page is unresponsive. I'm going to try and refresh the page. And hopefully we're back. Okay, all right, I think we're back. So after experience, can everybody see what's happening? Where are the prayers of today? But anyway, as we're doing that, as that is happening, let me continue to talk about some of the things that I think, who asked the question about, can I market my business? And the answer to that is yes. I want you to be able to market your business on LinkedIn, and that's what LinkedIn does. Where you might be asking if somebody is taking you serious is your business is serious business. Are you trying to business out there for people to know? If the answer to that is yes, if that business is not conflicting with your work, so for instance, are you allowed to do that business with your work? When you put it out there, your employer sees you, and your employer sees that, oh, how is this person able to, marry this job and that? You're potentially putting yourself, in trouble. I'm not asking you to lie, but I'm just saying, if you signed a contract with work, you also need to do that. Uche is asking, can I have more than one LinkedIn account? Why do you need more than one LinkedIn account? Now, I can tell you that you can have a personal account and you can have a business account. You can have a personal account for yourself, and if you run a business, you can have an organization account. But an individual having two LinkedIn accounts, I don't know the reason why you would want to do so. All right, so my LinkedIn is back up. We're going to move straight to education. And education is basically where you put all of where you have worked, what you have studied, all the schools you have gone to. You can put part-time courses exactly the same way with work. It's the same. You can put all of that, in there as well. Another thing that people don't use a lot of is this volunteering. And I don't know if you guys know, but volunteering is an amazing way to get experience, but it also shows people the sorts of things that, that you're a versatile person, the sorts of things that you enjoy. So volunteering is, so if you look on here, I'm an associate member of WIMBYs. I currently sit as a chairperson of executive council of another NGO. I'm also the head of Teenage Church. at the place where I worship. And it's the exact same way. You can add with the button, and you can and you can edit anything else. But put your volunteer. I helped in the soup kitchen. I regularly, volunteer to clean whatever it is. It shows yourself. Remember, this is like people these days, when they are hiring or when they're looking for people to partner with, they want to see people that are diverse, people that do various things. And therefore, they come on this page and you don't make use of this volunteering. And yet you're doing amazing things. You're helping people in your community. You are supporting a cause. You are championing this. Come here and put in your volunteering as well. Now, skills here is, I talked about skills earlier. I was asking for skills. Everything on the top is also down here. Remember that I said that you can make that top very bulky or you can leave it on here. But what I love about the skills section here is that people can endorse your skills. So for instance, I have 11 skills listed, and here 12 people have endorsed this skill, 3 people have endorsed this skill, other skills people have endorsed. So people are coming to say, yes, I know this person has this skill because I've worked with her, and I can tell you that she definitely demonstrates this skill. So think about skills that you want to put, ask people to endorse as well. Recommendations is, you can give people recommendations. So here there's some recommendations that I have given to people that I have worked with, over the years. And it helps people become more visible. So once you want, especially when you're looking for work, ask people to give you recommendations, people that you have worked with, your former bosses, your former colleagues. It's almost like a reference. That's what this is. It's a ready reference for people to see. These days, when you apply for jobs, when you apply for positions, people come and look at your LinkedIn profile automatically. People go and look at your Instagram page, but that's a story for another day. We're not talking Instagram today. People come and look on here. They want to know the type of person you are. If nobody's giving you a recommendation, and maybe you've asked for a recommendation, they are wondering, I wonder why that is. Lastly, here you have languages. Why is this important? I always tell myself, I wish I spoke other languages other than just English and a local language in Nigeria, a local language in Nigeria, Yoruba. Imagine somebody is looking for someone to translate something from French to English or French to Yoruba. If you speak French, if you speak Spanish, put it on here. If you speak Creole, whatever language it is, put it on here. It helps people shows to people your diversity and how much more you can do. So this is just, we're still going to do a lot more. I just wanted to show you, this is the basic thing that everybody should have on your LinkedIn page. Your intro is what people are seeing about you. The first thing that you want people to see, a welcoming picture with a beautiful smile, a headline, etc., etc. If nothing else, people see this. This is extremely, extremely important. Now, the next thing, for those who are saying, okay, I've now opened my page, now what? You need to start following people. Start looking for people who you are connected with, people who share the same values as you, and then you begin to start following them and you start checking them out. I would say if you don't do anything on LinkedIn initially, start to like people's posts. Start to comment on people's posts. When you automatically, when you follow people and you go on your feed, on your homepage, which is what I'm trying to do now, you will see articles by various people. People showcase things, that they're doing. Like what people are doing. Comment on what people are doing if it is something that speaks particularly to you. It's extremely important that you do that. The more you like a picture or a video or whatever it is, the more these things will come up on your feed. But beyond that, you need to now start asking yourself, what do I want people to know about me? Me as an individual, me as Molade, what do I want to talk about? So let me give a random example. I'm a poultry farmer. I rear chickens and can everybody still hear me? Because I can see my internet is maybe failing. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, thank you. So I'm a poultry farmer. as the case may be, or I sell bags, I make bags. What do I want to talk about as an individual? Maybe as a poultry farmer, you want to talk about how to what you're doing with your chickens that is helping them become, healthier. Maybe you're someone who's very passionate about not using toxins with your chickens and giving them the right kind of feed. You're one who is particular about, the way you raise chickens, and maybe you want to talk about that. So that's where, this start a post comes from. What is it that you want to talk about? I would say find something that you're passionate about. Don't just share, your successes. It's good to share your successes as an individual, but you should also talk about the things that are passionate to you. She'll also talk about the things that learning. So there are some WAVE alumni on here. You've come through a WAVE program. You've just, finished a course. You want to share that and your learnings from that. This is an opportunity. LinkedIn is an opportunity for you to do it. I always say to people, don't have a LinkedIn profile where you don't share anything. These are some of the things that, I have shared. So if I go to show all activity, my internet is being a bit slow here with loading, but I would keep talking, while hopefully it will load. So these are some of the things that I talk about. I repost things from people that I find interesting, and I would show you how to repost something for those who sort of need that. So for instance, I don't know if anybody saw this video. This NBA playoff guy during the playoffs, he was talking. So I reposted that video. You might also my connection is doing a number. I hope that you're finding this somewhat useful, and I'm really sorry about the connection that is really playing up today, but we will get there regardless. Because the page seems to be stuck at the moment, doesn't seem to be moving. Okay, allow me to do this, everyone. I'm going to close down the LinkedIn page that I opened, and I'm going to try and open it up again. And I want to hope that by doing so, it will remove all the kinks that is currently happening. I don't feel the love in the room. I'm getting stressed with this internet. Can I see the love in the room too? From everyone. I just want to hope that you guys are getting something from this, even though the internet is trying to make our life difficult. Thank you for all of the heart emojis. I truly appreciate it. And I'm really hoping that we are back on track. Okay, it looks like we are beginning to load again. Still a bit slow loading, but let's give it some time to sort of settle down. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for that, let me take some other questions. Let me take some questions. We have about 50 more minutes or so to go. I want to also be honest with the time and keep to our time. So while my LinkedIn page is loading up again, let me take some other questions. Any particular questions that anyone may have regarding LinkedIn, what I can do with LinkedIn. I wanted to show you I wanted to go next to how you can learn and build your CV from LinkedIn. If you've done an excellent job with building your profile, you can actually build an excellent CV. But can I take some questions while I'm waiting for the page to load? Any questions? Any questions from anyone? I don't see any in the chat room. Confirm you can see my screen. And let's hope that it's stable right now. Confirm you can see my screen, everyone. Can you see my screen? And are you back on my LinkedIn page? Yes. Okay, great. Awesome. So Adetola is asking, what's your take on posting weddings and other events on LinkedIn? So remember when I started, I said LinkedIn is a professional website. It's a professional platform. Therefore, it's for posting professional things. Personally, my take, and this is my personal take, you can speak to someone else and they can have a different take. I don't post things like birthdays, weddings, and things like that on my LinkedIn page, because I don't think that it speaks to my professional career. My LinkedIn page, I have a vision for my LinkedIn page. And I would suggest everyone also has a vision for their LinkedIn page. My vision for my LinkedIn page is to talk about youth unemployment and the work that I do. And is to also create visibility for myself and my organization, WAVE. That's what I use my LinkedIn for. Therefore, everything that I share is really around that. So if you look on my, up here, it says, what do I talk about? I talk about youth, I talk about education, I talk about leadership, I talk about unemployment, and I talk about social entrepreneurship. So every single thing that you will see on my LinkedIn page is about all of that. Every single thing that you will see is all of that. So I personally don't subscribe to wedding pictures. I don't subscribe to anything that is not professional, because as far as I'm concerned, it's a professional page. It needs to be on there. So Uche says, so I want to know why people post very long articles on LinkedIn. Is that a prerequisite to being on LinkedIn? Each time I go through people's posts and I see the litany of articles just to portray one story, it gets tiring. Can you post short articles? Yes, Uche, post articles of any length that you want. Some people are great orators and they want to share their stories. Some people, I would say whatever article you post, whether short or long, catch me at the first paragraph. So whether I'm the kind of person that likes to read long articles or I don't like to read long articles, what is your first opener? Make sure your first paragraph is captivating and it catches me. Some people have a lot to share. Some people want to share 10 tips on this. I want to describe that 10 tips. There is no prerequisite that it has to be long or that it has to be short, but make sure that it is compelling. Before I leave this page and go to bear for me. Now look at my LinkedIn. Oops. Oh, I've clicked on something else I shouldn't have clicked on because I was trying to get that thing out. He will move now. Yeah, I knew he was going to do that. If you look at my LinkedIn profile, when I copy my LinkedIn profile for people, can you all see what it says here? It just has linkedin.com/Molade Adeniyi. Can everybody see that? Can you all see that? Yeah, it's very short. There is a LinkedIn URL that comes up naturally. It's very long, it has numbers, it's not easy to remember, but there's a way to edit it. So if you go to where my cursor is right now, that says edit public profile and URL, if you click on that, it takes you to another page, which is here. And up here, you can edit your custom URL. You can personalize the URL for your profile. So again, anytime you see this arrow, you can edit it. So you can remove all that number, all that long thing behind this, and you can just add your name to it. Simple. I always encourage people to do that. I always encourage people to do that. It makes it shorter, it makes it sharper, it makes it, easier. This is where you can also have your profile's public visibility. Is it on? Basic, which means name, number of connections, and region is what people see. And who sees it? All LinkedIn members? Or is it just your network, only first degree? This is where you can turn on certain things, the things you want to show, the things you don't want to show, etc., etc. Up to you. But what I mostly come here to do is this profile. I always encourage everybody, shorten your profile. It's extremely, extremely important that you do so. You can also add profile in another language. So if you are looking for jobs in a French-speaking country, as an example, you've written this in English. Maybe you speak French and you don't necessarily want to go about translating to French. You can choose a language from here, whatever language, Arabic, as you can see, French, German, Hindi, you can then translate it into another language. So these are some things that are useful that, that sometimes we miss because we don't necessarily come on here. Question, is it compulsory to accept every connection you get? It depends on what your LinkedIn, remember I said, what is your LinkedIn vision? What is the vision? What are you trying to do? You don't have to accept every connection. You're well within your rights to look at the connection and say, so this doesn't profit me right now. This doesn't benefit me right now. But if you're trying to grow your followers, why not? It's definitely up to you. It's not compulsory to accept every connection, but I always say you never know where every connection will get you to. So if there is nothing, terrible about that person's profile, that person is trying to connect with you, why not? And how would you know what connections you have? Here you have, at the top here, you see notifications. I'm sure some of you go and look at your notifications. There's hundreds and hundreds in a while. But with your notifications here, you would see things like number of people who have viewed your profile, job alerts, if you set up a job alert, things that people are reacting to. But you will also see, maybe people who are also, trying to join as well. All right, let's move on to jobs, because I know some people are very specific about what can I do with jobs. So if you click on this top barrel on here, you can see here it says jobs. So click on jobs. I have a pre-filled type of job that I'm looking for, and I will show you. So these are suggested, job searches. Based on your profile, it will help you find suggested, it will help you suggest job searches for you. But you can do certain things on here. Before I come to job alerts and my jobs, etc., you can actually build a resume or build a CV. If you've done your profile properly, just go to Resume Builder. You can either upload a resume or a CV if you have one, or you can create from profile. If you click on Create from Profile, it will take you to creating. Based on this, you'll get personalized. Choose your desired job title. You don't need to, you can skip that. But here is the profile here is the CV that it has built for me, and I can download that as PDF. So it puts my name, it puts my location, it puts my email, it puts my LinkedIn profile on here, my summary as is there, my experience is automatically there, my education is there, and my skills, licenses and certifications, if I have any, honors and awards if I have any. So automatically it has built my CV for me. Now you can still edit things. You want to remove something, you don't want them to know about this job, you can edit things. Once you're done, you can see it's only visible to you. Nobody can see it. I mean, you all can see it right now. But once you're done, you can download as PDF and you can send that out. So that's number one. I can do CVs on here. I can create my CV, but you have to make sure that your profile is, well done. Secondly, interview prep. This is a feature that many people don't know is here. I'm going for an interview and I want to be able to prep. How can I do so? LinkedIn is really, really focused on helping people find jobs. So what LinkedIn has done is it has curated some sample questions and some common questions, things like, tell me about yourself. What is your greatest strength? Why should we hire you? Tell me a time where you were successful, etc., etc. So 2 things you can do. It gives you, you need premium, first of all, to unlock more, but you can see the answers. There's sample answers on here already. It gives you an answer framework. So if you go down, it tells you how to approach this question. It's a video. I don't have a premium account. You don't need a premium account to listen to this. It tells you, be succinct, be honest. If you click on show more, it will tell you what to do. And then it tells you some tips. And you know what I love most is you can actually practice and get feedback. So you can actually practice answering this question, record yourself, send it to somebody at the back end of LinkedIn, and they will send you feedback on how you did on that, on that questions all here. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Describe your leadership style. Tell me a time when you created a goal and achieved it. So it helps you not just prepare your CV, but it also helps you prepare for the interview. So much. I know during interview questions. I always tell people interview questions is an art form. It's a skill. You can do it well, but there's also practice that comes to it as well. What's the other thing you can do here? You can demonstrate a skill by taking a course. So LinkedIn has this that allows you to take a skills assessment. So instead of saying I have skills in Microsoft Excel or Python or SQL, you can actually take skill assessments on LinkedIn. They're free. You don't need a premium account to be able to do that as well. And once you can pass a minimum level, LinkedIn gives you a badge and automatically tells you this person has taken an assessment in this skill and has passed the minimum, and therefore this person is skilled in this. So what are some of the skills available? Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, show more assessments. There are industry-specific ones that you can take as well. Agile, machine learning, cybersecurity, some tools and technology, Adobe, this, that, and the other, whatever you want. And it's just 15 multiple choice questions. And you only need to score in the top 30% to earn a skill badge. So once you've done that, you earn a skill badge. That's another thing that you can take onto your LinkedIn profile, is to say, hey, I have this. So instead of just saying I'm skilled in Adobe or whatever, there's a badge that shows that you are skilled in that from LinkedIn, which is reputable, and people automatically, know that it is legit. There's also the job seeker guidance on here. I want to improve my CV. There are videos on here that will tell you how to do so. And then it will tell you about related courses that you can also get to, all free on LinkedIn. I want to use LinkedIn to network to find a job. I want to improve my LinkedIn profile page. So even after today, you can go and learn a bit more on doing this as well. So lots and lots of things that people don't click on their LinkedIn profile. Remember, it's a professional it's a professional site. They want you to find jobs. They want you to make connections. They want you to talk about your business. They want you to do so much. And LinkedIn offers that. I find that job button is one that people don't use a lot of. So now I've talked about preparing for the job, preparing your CV, honing my skills, getting certifications, etc., etc. Now, how do I use LinkedIn to find a job? So if you have a job, if you are a business owner, you're looking for professionals, you can post a free job on here, and you can get up to 50 applications free without paying. You can get up to 50 people apply without paying. What I can also do here is, for me, I'm looking for a job. I can go to where it says my job. You click on that. Jobs, I applied for this sort of the last time. You can see here my jobs. You can see here my learning, things that I may have learned. You can see here saved posts and articles, etc. So posted jobs that maybe I have posted, my job. So jobs that I have applied for, sorry, there are too many things on my screen. I can't see. Let me move this out of the way. And let me move this out of the way. My job shows you all of the jobs that you have applied for. If I wanted to find a job on LinkedIn, all I need to do is to search for a job. And how come I can't find the portion at the moment? What's going on? Based on my profile and search history. No. Okay, somebody help me here. I'm drawing a blank. I all of a sudden can't find where I search for jobs. There's usually a button that I can type in my keywords and I can see where it is. Okay, here we are. Search by title, skill, or company. Can we see this top thing on here? Still under jobs. Search, so I'm still clicking on the jobs. Search by title. So somebody give me an example. What job should I search for? Anyone? Who's looking for a job on here? Who's looking for work? What type of job are you looking for? Anybody? The first one that I see is the first one for customer service. But let me tell me, customer service where? In Nigeria? In Lagos? Let's look for customer service manager. Are you looking for one? You can search for remote. You can search for Nigeria as a whole. You can search for Lagos. So let's be specific and search for Lagos. So it's searching. My internet is a bit slow, so I apologize. It will come up eventually. But so already you can see customer service jobs in Nigeria. That has come up. Customer service jobs in Nigeria has come up. I can see anything that has customer service in it. This job is in Lagos. It says they're actively recruiting. Vision Spring. I can look at it on here. Immediately, just give it some time. Let's give my internet some time, please. Okay, so I can see this job. No, this is country manager. Come on, please help me, internet. So customer service jobs in Nigeria. Let's search for it. It's coming, it's coming. I apologize for my internet, people. And then I can look through all the jobs that I have on here. And not only can I look through, I can also apply for the job. So let me remove manager. I think it's also using the manager as a bit of a hybrid. So let me just put customer service. Enter. Customer service Nigeria. It's loading, it's loading. Right. So it gives me all roles that have anything to do with customer service. There are 778 jobs in Nigeria that has anything to do with customer service. Like I said, you can further restrict it by going to Lagos. Let me look at an example. Let's look at this telemarketing specialist. Can you also see what else LinkedIn does for you? It tells you your profile matches this job. If you can see on here, it tells you you have things in your profile that matches this job. It doesn't do that for everybody, for everything, as you can see. But for specific ones, it tells me my profile matches this job. So I come here I see this job. This is a fully remote job. It was only posted 4 days ago, which is a good thing, which means that it's still a new application. Already 200 people have applied for this job. It tells you that already. If you have premium, you will see how you compare with, other people who may have applied for this job. But it tells you about the job. You can read the roles and you can read the responsibilities. You can read the skills. You can read about the company. Is it something you think you want to do? Then you can apply on using LinkedIn. So once again, you can easily go and apply on here. So that is how easy it is to apply for a job. I saw some other roles. So let me take the next one that I saw. Someone said virtual assistant. We don't want virtual assistant in Nigeria. We want a remote job, right? So I can just click on here and see I'm looking for virtual assistant. I'm looking for remote. Automatically, I get a lot of remote jobs. Actually, it's still giving me Nigeria. This is why. Let's see, it's still loading. Let's see if it changes and it gives me more. I don't want Nigeria. I'm wondering what I can type as worldwide. Okay, worldwide, because it's a virtual assistant. I can imagine the kind of results that would come. So as you can see, there's 4,943. Because it's remote, right? Anybody can apply for it. So here is some jobs on here that are fully remote jobs, fully remote, virtual assistant roles that I can pick up. So naturally, this is easy apply. You can apply on here. It will take you automatically to the website. It takes time, right? But you need to put yourself out here. But let me let you know that if you apply for a job on LinkedIn, automatically they would come back and look at your LinkedIn profile. So make sure that your LinkedIn profile is top notch. So human resources, I saw that as well. The location that I want is Nigeria. Let me search. Let's see what comes up. Human resources in Nigeria. So automatically, I also see jobs, some remote, some not remote. But automatically, I see all the jobs on there. Let me uncheck this remote to say I'm looking for on-site as well as remote. So it gives me now 450 roles. I can see all the roles that are looking for anything that has to do with sort of human resources on here. I can also narrow it down by say date posted. I only want jobs that have been posted in the last, 1 week, 2 days, whatever it is. I only want jobs that have been posted in the past week. It takes your 450 down to, 66. So you begin to narrow down that way. And then experience level, if you're only looking for entry level jobs as an example, because you're looking for internship. So you can say, I'm looking for internship and I'm looking for only entry level. I don't want senior roles. So automatically it takes you down to 22 roles or 24 roles. So you're beginning to sort of narrow it down. Or you can begin to see all the roles that are on here. People who are looking for entry level or internship opportunities. One by one, you can begin to apply, read about them, etc. You can then pick a company. There's a specific company. You can pick a job type as well. There's some people who are looking for a particular job type. So that is how you use LinkedIn to set up your CV, learn new skills, apply for new jobs. Before I take questions, there's some things on my slides that I wanted to just share. So please, we're going to end very quickly, and I'll just take questions on sort of what next. And if anybody has any sort of details. We've talked about all of these sections, so there's no point going on about this again. We've talked about finding new jobs. I've talked about the summary section, selling yourself, optimizing your LinkedIn. These are all of the things that I already talked about. We've talked about the unique URL. We've talked about building CVs and resumes. We've talked about recommendation section. I've talked about using, LinkedIn to find a job. And these were the quotes that I wanted to end on before I open up for questions. And I love them. They're all different people who have put this out. They're not my quotes. It says, if you're not on social media and you're not learning, not being inspired or not networking, then you're using it wrong. What are you using your social media platforms for? If you're not learning, if you're not being inspired, or if you're not networking, then you're using it all wrong. What you post online speaks volumes about who you really are. So post with intention and repost with caution. Post with intention. Remember, I said, sit and craft your link. What is my LinkedIn vision? What am I trying to achieve with my LinkedIn profile? Then post with intention. And therefore, don't just randomly, haphazardly repost things. Repost with caution. And caution is also important. If a post is not verified, don't be that person that posts fake news. The fact that it's on LinkedIn doesn't necessarily make it right. So make sure that before you repost something, it speaks to your values and you have been able to verify the information. Don't promote negativity online and expect people to treat you with positivity in person. So this is again, what are you posting? And then lastly, networking isn't about how many people you know. It's how many people know you. So you're doing it right when you begin to see, build your followership. And people are not going to follow you just because they like your face or your picture is beautiful or you have a LinkedIn profile. People follow people who have something to share. People follow people who, are speaking about something that they're passionate about. People follow people who are kind. People follow people who they can get value from. So what value are you bringing to people? Or are you just out there to grab? Are you also thinking about how can I contribute to someone, to people? How can I share? I've gone for this course that many people will not have access to. Can I come and share my learnings to help somebody who may not have had access to that as well? What are you using your profiles for? All right, we have 17 minutes. I hope that has been helpful. I would now like to open it up for questions, anything that wasn't clear, anything you'd like us to go over again. I think that we could use the rest of the time to sort of do that. And again, let me apologize for the internet connection at the start. And I hope that you found this useful. We could take a LinkedIn class for the entire day. There's still little bits and pieces in there that we didn't touch. What I would encourage you is spend some time just, I don't want to call it faffing around, just playing around with all of the buttons on LinkedIn, and you will find new things. And LinkedIn, they keep adding new things as well to optimize your profile. There's no way 2-hour class would do justice to that. So make sure you're going back and you're still sort of learning and tinkering. I have LinkedIn scheduled time into my week. And that's how I keep up with my post or keep up with what's going on out there. There's so much news. I don't read newspapers. I'm very, very upfront. I don't read newspapers, but LinkedIn is a place where I get a lot of information from. But I have scheduled LinkedIn time. So I have 2 evenings every week, at the very least, where it's actually scheduled on my calendar, 30 minutes of LinkedIn time. Sometimes it goes a little bit longer, sometimes it goes a little bit shorter. But that is my time where I go through, read what people are doing, I'm learning, I'm adding a new skill, or I am posting something as well. So that is how you need to do it with intention. So how are you building that intentionality into your life? Nothing happens by chance. Nothing happens by accident. Nothing happens because I feel like it happening. You have to build intention into it. So if you want to increase your brand visibility, then, or your personal visibility, you want to talk about something then LinkedIn is a powerful, powerful platform to do it, but you have to be able to do it right. All right, so may I just open up for any questions in the last sort of 15 minutes? You can feel free to either come off mute or type your questions in the chat. I'm also happy to go over anything from my profile, if anyone wants to just quickly do that. One thing that I forgot, you get messages on LinkedIn, and let me show you where that is. Sometimes some people don't read their messages on LinkedIn, and people have reached out to you for various things. It's just like your regular message just on here. Make sure you are looking at that and you are replying to people's messages. It's extremely important that you reply to people's messages. Lots of messages here. Sometimes it's people trying to add you. Sometimes it's people inviting you to speak at certain things. But make sure that you are reading your messages and you are replying. It's a professional network, so it's almost like an email. It's almost like people are sending you emails. So if you're not reading, it means you're not responding, and then people will not use that as a way to kind of contact you. So some people might send you email directly, and LinkedIn sends you emails if somebody posts a message, but you can also come on here and sort of read your messages. All right, so any questions from anybody? Okay, so Favor goes, what do you do about having an audience that doesn't engage? I think what I'm hearing you say, Favor, is I'm writing things, I'm putting things out there, but nobody's maybe liking or commenting on my post. First of all, it takes a while to build an audience, right? So how many posts have you written? How many things have you shared? Don't let it stop you from posting. Don't let it stop you from talking about it. I know people who have gone on content writing courses so they can learn how to write more compelling stories. People also like pictures and videos rather than text. I can't remember who it was that was saying sometimes the text gets too much for them. So do you want to post, do you want to share more stories using videos and pictures? But don't stop writing. Keep talking about what it is that you want to talk about. I hope that's been helpful. Thank you, Tapatsua. I see you. Thank you so much for joining the session. Z said, is it possible to post this kind of training and share what I've learned and how I intend to use it as you go on and lessons learned? So what I always say when I post a training or a course or a panel that I speak on, it's beyond showcasing that I sat on a panel. So what? It is what were some of the nuggets and the takeaways from you that is going to change, your trajectory? What are you going to do differently from this learning? So yes, of course, post trainings, talk about it, but also talk about, how people can use what you're using that learning for. It also shows prospective people that, oh, she's someone who likes to learn and she has takeaways and she also implements. Adetola has 3 questions. Okay, let's go. Do you think we need to tailor the LinkedIn profile the same way we arrange our resume, including a profile picture on the resume? So no, pictures on resumes, people do pick resumes differently these days. I think a picture on a resume is neither here nor there, but I think a picture on a LinkedIn profile is absolutely essential. I think if you're applying, depending on the type of role that you're applying for, a picture on your CV might be helpful. But I don't think it's important. In this age of AI content, professional summary experiences, this one is passing my power, Adetola. I love AI. I love what it is that AI can do for us. And I think that if you have experience in using AI to build content, I think you can use it. But I would always say the problem with AI is it's IT, right? It's almost garbage in, garbage out. What you feed it is what you give out. So you still need to have some good content for it to be able to help you even amplify that to even better content. Is it safe to directly chat up MDs and CEOs for job opportunities? I would definitely say it's a no-no. Don't reach out to people saying, sir, I'm looking for a job in your organization. Please, can you help me? Especially you don't know that person. You wouldn't do that in real life. Why would you do that online? However, you can follow that organization. You can start talking about things that organization is passionate about. When there is a role, one of the things, I don't know if you saw, one of the roles we were applying for, you can actually reach out to the HR person and ask a little bit more about the jobs, but don't reach out directly to MDs or CEOs for job opportunities. Just update your profile. The more you do that, opportunities will come to you. Okay, I think that those were the sort of last questions that I see on here. I don't know if there's sort of any more. If there's anybody you want to connect with on LinkedIn, and some people have open LinkedIns where they don't need to accept the connection. Some people accept the connection, and you want to write a note. Think about what it is why am I connecting with this person? So I've had people say things to me like, Ma, I just like you and I want to connect with you. I don't understand what that means. But versus someone saying to me, you know what, I heard you speak yesterday on leadership, and this leadership topic is something that I'm really struggling with. I'd really love to learn more from you and other people and also share my thoughts as well. Yeah, I feel like I want to connect with that kind of person, because that person is not only delivering value, is not only wanting to get value from me, but is also delivering value. So when you're reaching out to people to make connections, it's not just to build. There's no point having 10,000 people on LinkedIn and only 4 of them really know you. Build your intentional 500, 1,000, 15, whatever it is, but you are also engaging with them and you're adding value to that community as well. You can join groups on LinkedIn. Like I said, there's so much more that I wish I could show you, but because of time, but just play around with it, and you do that. Why do we have restrictions on Nigerians that applied for jobs outside of Nigeria? Grace, I don't know, maybe you need to speak a bit more to this. I don't know what restrictions you are talking about, but I know that there are some job applications that they don't take applications from outside of the country where the job is, or, they don't take applications from certain places. That is the prerogative of the organization. So again, it depends on what that organization wants, but you might want to speak a little bit more about this, because I don't want to misunderstand your question. Okay, Z, I'm glad that you have been able to optimize you feel more confident to optimize your LinkedIn. I can't wait to see it. So, and nobody on here, I don't want to see anybody's LinkedIn that doesn't have a picture, that the introductory page isn't working. The team are going to be checking your LinkedIn profiles. Grace, I see your hand. Go ahead. You want to explain a bit more about your question?
Yeah, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Thanks for enlightening us. I have actually searched for jobs online, which some as internships, which I skate through the first application stage and the second application stage. But on getting to probably the third stage, they will tell you that if you are from Nigeria, that they can't accept you. And probably if you don't have a work permit, like the one you said, probably the company is not accepting, they are someone outside the country, their own country, so they won't be accepted. But I discovered that most jobs that are remote jobs place restrictions. You don't actually, get jobs. The one I've searched for, data entry, the skills I have, and some, they always put restrictions. I don't know why.
So again, unfortunately, I can't speak about individual companies because, like I said, individual organizations have their own rules. But if it's a work permit thing, and I've never looked into this, but I don't know if I'm working with a company that is based in, let's say, the UK as an example, even if my staff are remote, I don't know if the laws push that that person must also have a work permit to be able to work. I do not know. Like I said, this is just me I'm just making assumptions right now. But unfortunately, I can't speak to in individual organizations and their policies. But I do know many people who have gotten remote jobs that are based in Nigeria. So it might be an individual organization, but I would say don't give up, keep trying. The fact that you're actually getting to a third stage of an interview means that you definitely have the skills. You're just not right for that organization. And there will be another organization out there that you are right for. So don't let that discourage you. Just keep going, keep trying, and keep looking, and eventually something will turn up. And keep talking about your data analyst skills and the things that you have. And that way people begin to see, beyond your I say I can do it. I'm also very passionate about this space as well. I hope that that's helpful. We've also have a feedback form. We want to continue to improve on our workshops, on our programs. So please do click on the link, on the feedback, on the link in the chat with the feedback form. And plus, please give us all the feedback, things we can do better, things we can do differently, how to make this better. And also tell us about other things that, other workshops that you'd like to participate in. We're always curating these workshops on a monthly basis sometimes. So if there's any other areas that you'd like to, you'd like a workshop on, please let us know, and we will also sort of improve that. But on that note, before I hand back over to Idara, I wanted to say thank you to everybody. I mean, the room stayed engaged, the numbers stayed high. I hope that you have found this useful. I hope that you now feel confident to go optimize your LinkedIn. I hope that you're going to use your LinkedIn better and be more productive on it as well. At Wave, we're passionate about building the next generation, helping people really become the best versions of themselves. And when we see a platform like that, LinkedIn, that allows you to do that, we're very passionate about, ensuring that, our community is utilizing that 100%. So once again, thank you all so much for joining. I hope we see you all at the Academy at some point. I hope we see you all at future workshops as well. Idara, let me hand back over to you so you can close us out and do any housekeeping that is needed.
Okay, thank you very much, Maladi, for your insightful session. So I know that we've all learned a lot, but there's how we say our thank you at Wave is like a culture. So in order for Maladi to feel like, in order for Maladi to feel like she poured knowledge in us, and just a way of us telling her thank you for the session, I would like 1 or 2 people to come and share their key takeaways from the session. So it's a way of saying thank you to Molade. So anybody just come off mute, share your key takeaways from the session, and then we can close out the session. Thank you again, Molade. So who would like to come off mute and share their key takeaways?
Hello, everyone.
Okay, Z. Hello.
Yes, Zainab again. Okay, so majorly for me, my key takeaways were the part where I didn't know I could build a resume on LinkedIn, and also the part where my profile can actually work for me to build a resume. That's like the major thing for me, because I didn't know that could even be done easily, and it's actually direct to be able to get a job. And also the part where I can streamline the kind of jobs I want to get to either remote, hybrid, and all sort of things. I think those were my major key takeaways. And I really want to work on my LinkedIn optimization, and I can't wait to explore and do that. And please, would like to get a recording of the class so we can actually go back and use it to navigate our way around our LinkedIn profile. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Zena, for sharing your key takeaway. I do hope that you use what you've learned to optimize your LinkedIn. And I know that you asked for a recording of the class. So that's why the feedback form is shared, so that the feedback form will also contain, or the feedback form also requires your information, your email, and your phone number, so that we can be able to share the recordings with you as well. So that's why, it's important that you fill the feedback form, so that we can be able to share the recording of the class, so that you can go back to it and use it to optimize your LinkedIn profile too as well. So thank you so much, Zainab, for sharing. Would anybody like to share again? Let's have a second person so that we can round up this session. Thank you so much, Zainab, for sharing. And would anybody else like to go and share their key takeaways for this session? Would anyone like to share? Anyone? Neka, King David. I can see a lot of people still on the call. So it would just be nice to tell Molade thank you by sharing our key takeaways.
Hi.
Hi, please who's speaking?
Good morning. My name is Uche.
Okay, good morning, Uche.
First of all, I want to thank Molade for this session. It was really an interactive session. Thank you so much. So before now, I just neglected my LinkedIn profile, because when I go online, I just see a lot of messages. I see litany of messages, people trying to write long articles. But like she clarified, it doesn't need to be long. So I've learned that now. I've also learned that I can sell myself on LinkedIn and get the proper connection that I need. I also learned about how to build my CVs and my resume and position for the right employer, and how to use my LinkedIn to find a job as well in and outside the country. So this was really an interactive session. Thank you so much for this, and I hope we have more of this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much, Uche, for sharing your key takeaways. It's very important that, we all use this knowledge that Molade has taught us. I also learned quite a lot from Molade about how to present your bio, changing your profile pictures, and even what to, making sure that we always neglect volunteer session. And I'm very sure that I'm one of those that neglects the volunteering section. So I'll just try to, upgrade my volunteering section and just allow people to see what I'm interested in. So thank you so much, Molade, for this insightful session. And please, let's not forget to fill the feedback form. We truly and really value your feedback our way, so that we know how to improve and know what workshops you would like to see in the future. And for those that would like to connect, or that would like to connect with each other via LinkedIn, you can just share your LinkedIn, your LinkedIn link on the chat box for you guys to connect more. I know that some people have already done it, but if you'd like to do it, you can feel free to connect. I've already shared the feedback form for this session. Please fill the feedback form. Thank you so much. I'm sharing it again. So with that, I would say that we have come to the end of our workshop. Thank you guys so much for, tuning in and just paying attention to the workshop. And I hope that you use the knowledge and you optimize your LinkedIn page. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Molade. Regardless of the network, you still showed up for us. Thank you. And thank you to everyone, the members of staff of WIF that are here to support. Thank you as well. And thank you, the comms team, for live streaming this event too as well. So goodbye, everyone. And I hope that you fill the feedback form. Thank you. And have a lovely week so as well.